Um,
I think
uh,
it's is it Andrew?
it's Arthur.
Arthur.
Hey, Arthur, you're on News Talk STL. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Trump's campaign, but I just wanted to comment on what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
The difference between the two parties is the far left is on the complete fringe, and as we saw with Cory Bush and Jamal Bowman, they rightly get pushed out. On the Republican side, the crazier, the stupider you are, the more conspiratorial you are, you're promoted. You're a rock star.
Let me give you
Loves
some
craziness.
let me give you some evidence against that. Um, Gomez, Valentina Gomez created such a big stir nationally, and she was discarded with the other nonsense in there. So I don't think that's accurate, but I do appreciate that Jamal Bowman and Cory Bush went at some point. Even the Democrats were like, "No, we're done with this," and we did give the compliments and the kudos to that because credit's due where credit's due, man.
You don't think the Republicans take the worst of the worst? Look at all the people that Trump endorses that cost them the 22 midterms.
Oh, he endorsed some bad ones. Yeah.
Doug Mastriano, Blake Masters, Dr. Oz. They love all the dregs of society.
He'd made some bad endorsements on those. I don't agree that all of those were terrible endorsements, but
You think?
Trump also, I mean, for instance, I'll even go one worse with you, Arthur, to let you know that I'm willing to have the conversation. Trump praised Laura Loomer the other day, and she is an insane, dishonest, horrible person nutcase. So I get what you're saying.
If it weren't for other people around Trump, guess what? She'd be like the vice president. She'd be his running mate. He loves her.
He does love her.
What does that tell you?
Well, I think that's fair. Remember, I critique Trump as well. Now, here's the thing, though, is that I think it's unfair to say that the Republicans never vet out their crazies. There are plenty of crazies who get vetted out. And with the Democrats, I'm glad to see that some of that is starting to happen. But I don't think it's controversial to say that the Democrats over the past several years have been driven by a fringe left squad type of politicians in the party itself. I mean, I think Bernie Sanders laid the foundation for that. The squad took over and took it a direction that he couldn't get it to because of that young energy. So both sides have it, but I think the left's is far more dangerous right now.
No way. You're smoking something there. And I'm saying this as a Republican, by the way.
You are not.
You're not a Republican. I doubt that.
Not. No,
press,
you're not.
press F to doubt in the chat.
See, that's the problem here. I'm a never Trump Republican. Why is it if you're not in the cult, you're therefore a Democrat? Look what you guys just did.
No. Here's the thing, though. The first thing you did was trash people on the right when you came onto the phone. And then you call us kind of weird. So, well, here's the problem, though. I mean, if you're supposedly on our team, at the very least, you lend some deference to the people on your team, even while you're trying to vet out the crazies.
Let me clarify something.
I'm on the team. I'm not on the. I'm voting for Harris. I'm a never Trump Republican. Are you kidding me?
Wait. Hold on. Stop. Roll back really quick.
Let me ask a quick question here because I'm really interested in this conversation. And Arthur, I'm actually really glad we're obviously disagreeing on some stuff. Do you differentiate between Republican and MAGA? Because I think that there's a lot of areas where those are two separate movements.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we actually have a little bit of agreement on that.
Well, my question though is how do you end up in the Harris camp as a Republican?
Right.
Why? Because Trump is such a danger to our country that if the Democrats nominated a bag of dirt, I'll vote for the bag of dirt.
Wait, are the Democrats? Is there any danger to the Democrats being in power?
There's concerns, absolutely, but it pales in comparison to. Look here. Let me give you a quick analogy. Okay, the far left is despicable. The far right is despicable. The far left is like cancer. The far right is a heart attack. Which is more immediate and that you have to address right now, a heart attack or cancer? The heart attack.
Well, it's a very interesting analogy if you want to go with that premise. But here's the problem, though. We live in a society that is ruled almost essentially entirely by the left. They have all of our institutions. They have the government. They have currently the government. They have the schools. They have media. They have education. They have entertainment. And they're the ones telling our kids that America is horrible. This whole conversation started with the idea of patriotism not being a thing.
Do you really believe?
We've seen it.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. Right. In some far left school on the Upper East Side, they said bad things about America. You know, you guys listen to Fox News too much, where they take some obscure, stupid story and they go, look, this is happening all over the country.
Do you listen to this show?
The left.
Do you listen to this show on a regular basis? I'm just curious.
Never.
Well, then that's your problem, buddy. You have no idea what we do here. See, here's the thing.
Well, you're doing it right now. You just told me that the left hates America.
Okay, you're not listening. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Not even close to what I said.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. Okay,
I said there are people on the left who hate America, but that's not what I said at all.
Okay, look, if
the left is teaching children to hate America. What I said was there are leftists who control in large part these major institutions in our country, and one of the things that they do is they teach our kids to hate America. That is not hyperbole. That is not an obscure example someplace in far off country, in the woods someplace. We're talking about multiple examples, multiple states, multiple jurisdictions for many years.
Okay, so Arthur, I'm going to give you the last word because I'm a little bit heavy on the segment and I got to get to that, but you get the last word on this.
That's all right. I appreciate the time. I'm a never Trump Republican. The Republican Party, as we knew it, is gone. It's been hijacked by a cult of personality. And Donald Trump is just going to drive the party off the cliff because he couldn't give a crap about anything other than himself. And 5 or 10 years from now, saying you were part of MAGA is going to be as cool and as in vogue as saying you were in ISIS or Al-Qaeda.
All right, we got to run to the break here. Let's respond to that after. Because remember, I'm not a MAGA guy, so I will give my perspective. You guys give your perspectives on that as well. Okay, so let's respond to that, but we got to get to the info segment here.
Absolutely,
I actually like that we get those calls.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's important to hear that perspective.
You're going to get hung up on some other stations here. I'd say at least until George Soros takes over, but that's another thing.
For live and local
conservative talk.
Every day, something new.
News, analysis, and opinion.
I'm going to sound the same warning now that I have been for years. She is unfit and unqualified to be our president and commander-in-chief.
As they lecture you and I on democracy, they literally just trashed 14 million Democrat primary voters.
We are the most unified party I think that's ever existed.
101.9 and 94.1.
St. Louis is #1 for conservative talk.
News Talk STL.
You ever had somebody say, if you're going to do it right? Well, that's really good advice. Okay, in the words of that great journalist, Ron Burgundy, well, that escalated quickly. Okay, so Arthur called in, and Arthur says he's a never Trump Republican, which, listen, I'm not a big Trump guy either. I don't hate Trump. I do think that there is a difference between MAGA and the Republican Party. But here's where I disagree with Arthur's assessment, is that the fringe right people are being pushed because of Donald Trump in office. MAGA and Donald Trump have moved the Republican Party to the left by saying you got to be more moderate and moving towards the middle, which means they're trying to move the party to the left, not to the right. But the fringe right people, I agree with the same assessment. I just think that the left embraces their fringe people more so.
Trying to make it a bigger tent.
Yeah, with the move to the left, exactly. Right. Now, here's where I know that he's not really a Republican. He said MAGA will be associated with ISIS.
Yeah, I mean, listen, trends come and go. Tea Party came and went. These things. Now, MAGA has stuck around a lot
We
longer.
had the religious right earlier than that.
But ISIS, no.
Come on,
man. That's
really.
That's the difference right there. These movements come and go. We've seen it over and over again. And MAGA may not be a thing after Donald Trump either leaves office or if he doesn't win. But once he's done, I mean, that may dissipate after the Reform Party movement and all the others on this.
There are many.
I was going to say, those are the intimations, though, from CNN, MSNBC,
right,
and the other media that comment on this.
There are many movements on the right that have areas of critique that we can make.
Sure. Oh, and I get myself in trouble doing it.
Yeah,
here,
I mean, and that's going to be constant because it's made up of people and people are horrible. But but here's the thing. Nobody on the right wants to genitally mutilate children.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, come on. There isn't a comparison. There is no comparison. MAGA all day instead of genitally mutilated children.
And the reality is that there are old-fashioned Democrats who don't hate the country.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like there are plenty of Republicans who don't associate with the fringe nuts on that side.